We are here for our review of Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
So, how are you going to break it to them?
Break it to who?
To the audience.
What are we breaking other than the table?
The news. The thoughts, the feelings evoked by this film.
Well, I've purposely avoided other reviews, but I've seen some scores and they weren't pretty.
What were your scores?
You know what? Let's just jump right into scores.
Let's do it. Jump on it.
Not going review, not going spoilers, just score.
Ready, go.
An 8.5 for me.
Oh, I got a 6.0.
Hot damn, 6.0 kryptonites?
6.0 kryptonites, that's right, folks. I'm a mean person.
That's one of your lowest scores ever.
Yeah, it is.
So, let me go into what I liked about the movie. Then we'll go into what you didn't like about the movie, and what you liked. And then we'll go into spoilers, with fair warning. So, for me, I went into this movie expecting...
crap.
Partially, yes. But partially also, they leaked too much with the trailers.
Yes, that's part of my problem.
They ruined some of the crucial scenes. But I went through the whole movie waiting on those scenes to happen. I wanted this to be a movie about Batman versus Superman. The Man of Steel versus the Dark Knight. And what I liked about this movie was that it really does build up that story. It really does create the universe of these two going at each other.
Yeah, but for a stupid reason.
Maybe. We'll get into that. Let's not talk spoilers yet. But
Not a spoiler, I just said it's a stupid reason.
Exactly. But for me, the weakness of the film was the fact that they did reveal too much in the trailer, and it made the pacing of the movie not flow correctly. Where the audience may be like, yeah! During certain scenes, they've already seen these scenes with the trailers. They already know they're going to happen.
They're like, ooh, look, Wonder Woman just joined Batman and Superman. Who's she with? I thought she was with you. Whoa! And they're like focusing, and then like it never stops. They're just like, look, it's Wonder Woman in like 5 seconds. Look, did you know she's gonna be in the movie? Yeah, I knew already.
The entire scene was built as that being a pivotal surprise. But everyone already knew.
Everyone knew.
Everyone already knew who the bad guy was. I'm not going to go into that in case people haven't watched it. But I mean, she's all over the promotional material, everything. If you don't know she's in the movie, you're probably not going to watch it.
So it's like, okay, like you can say she's in the movie. Oh, shit, the AC's on. Okay, so you can say she's in the movie, it's good for marketing, it's be hard to keep it a secret. That's fine. But, I mean, it didn't have to be the whole scene of her showing up.
Don't even put her in the trailer.
I mean, even if they want to put her in the trailer, they don't have to put the whole scene in the trailer. And wait, I won't spoil it. No. I will hold back.
So, personally, beyond parts of the movie being ruined by the marketing team, overall I enjoyed it. I love the two fighting against each other. And it's pretty much a lot of what I dreamed about, knowing from what came in the comics and things like that. So that's why it was an 8.5 for me. It was just seeing this on the big screen. And for the most part, I felt like it worked. I liked the atmosphere of the movie. I know some people were complaining about it not being a Superman movie. It was too dark. But I think it sets the premise for where both of their mindsets were going into this and what honestly made them go against each other.
The inability to communicate.
I mean, that's what, honestly, that's what starts most wars. I would recommend checking it out. I would recommend watching it in theater. And you?
I recommend checking it out. I enjoyed it despite the horrible score I gave it. It's just that I was expecting so much from it, and it delivered it in a crazy awkward way. There's an opening scene that was just like, what? And I looked at him and I was like, I'm done. I'll tell you in the spoilers. And that's okay, fine, whatever. Then there's like the whole like, here's 5 seconds of Wonder Woman standing there. Did you know she's gonna be in the movie? Yeah, I knew that. That was weird. Mm. And then there's other stuff. It's a spoiler.
Let's just say, by your score, should someone wait for a rental?
I mean, I'm all for seeing superhero movies in the theater. It's just, if you go in expecting like your lovable superheroes from your childhood, like that's not gonna happen. It is dark. That's good, actually. But it's just not what I was hoping for. Which is disappointing.
Let's talk spoilers.
Okay, spoilers.
Spoiler warning.
Spoilers. It's all because 2 Marthas fell in love. Not with each other.
That's a different version of BBS.
What a coincidence that Bruce Wayne's mom and Superman's Earth mom are both named Martha. Martha won't die tonight. Oh, we can stop fighting now. No, like, why didn't you just yell, like, to begin with, like, my mom's gonna die if you don't help me? And Batman would be like, your mom could die? My mom died. Let's not fight. Oh, wait, they can't do that because then the whole movie wouldn't happen because it's Batman versus Superman.
I will agree that was not the strongest premise there.
But it's not the first time they've done something like that. They had an April Fool's joke in 2013 about both of their moms being named Martha. Even in the Justice League War movie, they're fighting, and then some random thing makes them stop fighting. Like, it's fine. Like, that's probably what they're used to doing with them in the comics. But it was just like, it was a really emotional moment.
And it was abrupt.
And the whole thing with Batman was like, his parents died. And this opening scene I was talking about was when he falls down the hole, and there are bats, and you just see these bats cycloning around him and lifting him up like, oh. And it was a dream sequence, that's fine, but it was just like, this is weird. And Batman was not completely lucid for a lot of the movie.
And I think part of that just comes from years of fighting these insane people around Gotham. This isn't your fresh on the streets Batman movie. Mm-hmm. This is Batman that's 20 years down the road. Mm-hmm. He's fought Joker. Mm-hmm. I assume we're in spoiler territory. I assume Robin's probably dead.
Because of the suit that has graffiti on it. But they don't tell you that. Mm-hmm. They don't tell you why Wonder Woman was just mysteriously gone for 100 years. I'm sure that's in the comics, but like these are things that, while they're interesting Easter eggs for people who have read the comics, they're still pretty integral for people who haven't, I feel.
The movie did do a lot of fan service. Mm-hmm. But it also didn't do a lot to explain those situations to the core movie-going audience. So you're right.
It felt kind of like an ad where there's like this computer and they've got information and they're like looking through the different metahumans and they're like, oh, this is going to be a Justice League movie. Like, this is a preview for a Justice League movie. Like,
I think it would have had a much larger impact building up to the Justice League if they had this be just about Batman vs. Superman. Mm-hmm. Have Wonder Woman in it, but never take it to that last step of the big boss fight. Mm-hmm. Have Batman vs. Superman be the core focus of the movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was for the most part, but the last, not even quarter, but the last very tidbit of the movie felt like it was almost tacked on to promote the Justice League movie coming up.
Also, someone that Bruce Wayne was very close to died in the beginning of the movie, so like that's building like Bruce Wayne's hatred for Superman. But then he's like lucid dreaming, and there's some guy who tells him about Lois Lane. I don't know who this guy is.
I think that might have been the DC superhero that goes through time.
Uh-huh.
But I can't think of his name right now.
I don't know. But that's not even the end of it. So I was expecting this mysterious bullet that Lois found to have been made by Bruce Wayne's company, somehow. Because that would give Superman, like, even more of a reason to hate Batman.
That would have been really good.
That's what I was expecting. And they're like, oh, it's from LexCorp. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
It's interesting what we each took out of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the parts that I liked really brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
I felt some of the same weaknesses you did, but it wasn't enough to bring it down. Whereas for you, it really weighed heavy.
Well, yeah, and there's this guy who Lex is talking to, and he's like, what do you want? And Lex is like, I want access to the ship. I want blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, yeah, sure, okay. Who's this guy? Why is he doing what Lex wants? I have no idea.
That was an interesting part, because you're like, why is he just doing it? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah. So, I said a lot of bad things about this movie. It was the action was good. I found it enjoyable. But there were just so many things where I was just like, I don't like being like,
Yeah, for me, I was able to gloss over most of them or related it to some other sort of backstory. But I shouldn't have to do that. But I enjoyed it. I recommend you check it out.
You can check it out. Just be aware that there are references that you won't get if you don't stay up on the comics.
For all things Batman, including our review of Gotham, check out CrossfireCoop.com.
See ya.